What if I told you that this very moment could change everything you thought you knew about your future? What if this wasn't just another message, but a divine transmission, hand-delivered from heaven to your soul? Listen closely, because once these words enter your spirit, there's no going back. Something eternal is being spoken into your life. This is the moment where heaven pauses and looks directly at you. You didn't stumble across this by mistake. You were drawn. Your spirit has been searching for answers, clarity, breakthrough, and now the voice of God is responding, not with noise, not with chaos, but with a single, clear statement that will echo through every corner of your destiny. This is your last chance. The final offer, not for scraps, not for leftovers, but for unimaginable wealth, divine abundance, and a supernatural shift that will rewrite your legacy forever. You've been sensing it, haven't you? That something's about to happen. That time is moving differently. That the air around you has started to carry more weight. It's not anxiety, it's not fear, it's activation. You've entered a sacred window, the kind that only opens once in a generation. A portal that separates the watchers from the receivers, the doubters from the doers, the forgotten from the favored. Right now, heaven is scanning the earth, looking for those who will say yes, those who will respond. The chosen are not the loudest, they are not the most polished, they are the ones who listen. And right now, your spirit is listening. That's why you're here. You are the one who has been quietly obedient while others mocked your faith, the one who kept giving when you had little, the one who kept believing when nothing made sense. And now God is saying, your reward is near, but there's one last choice you must make, one final response before the gates close, and you don't have forever. You see, the world around you is moving fast, but the spiritual realm is moving faster. Heaven's agenda is accelerating, and those who wait too long will miss what was always meant to be theirs. Time is no longer your safety net. There is a divine countdown happening right now, not in days or hours, but in destiny. Every minute that passes is either bringing you closer to the promise or closer to the void. This is not a drill. This is not a warning to be filed away and forgotten. This is your moment of decision, the kind that echoes in eternity. God is not repeating himself. He's not sending 5 more signs. This is it. The final whisper before the wave hits. The last spark before the fire falls. If you've ever wondered whether heaven could single you out, look around. This moment, this message, is the proof. You are not just hearing this, you're being summoned. That tug you feel in your chest isn't emotion, it's spiritual recognition. Your inner man has been waiting for this alignment, the one moment where prophecy collides with reality, where everything you suffered for, everything you prayed for, everything you held on to when everyone else let go, begins to manifest. But you must understand something critical. The opportunity doesn't wait. God's blessings move at the speed of obedience. And if you hesitate, the window will shift to someone else, not because you weren't worthy, but because you didn't respond. This is the divine law. The chosen are chosen, but they must also choose. You're standing at the edge of your breakthrough, and all of heaven is watching to see what you'll do next. The truth is, you've always known there was something different about you. From the earliest moments, you've felt out of place, not fully understood, not quite accepted, and yet you never let the rejection stop you, because deep inside, you felt something sacred, a call, a purpose, a knowing that refused to die, even when life tried to bury it. That wasn't imagination, that was destiny humming in your bones. That was the chosen code, written into your soul by the very hand of God before time began. You were set apart, not to be hidden, but to be revealed. And now the unveiling has begun. The world has always tried to convince you that you're just like everyone else, that your dreams are too big, that your visions are too wild. But what they didn't understand is that your calling was never supposed to make sense to them, because it wasn't given to them, it was given to you. The reason you felt isolated is because chosen vessels are often hidden until the appointed time. And that time is now. Heaven has been whispering your name in secret, and the earth is about to hear it loud. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not disqualified. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. And the final instruction has arrived. Prepare. But preparation is not passive. It's not sitting and waiting. It's movement. It's alignment. It's clearing out the noise, the distractions, the fear, and stepping into divine order. Because the wealth that's coming is not casual, it's strategic, it's heaven-backed, and it requires a vessel who is ready to carry the weight of it. This isn't about quick riches, this is about legacy wealth, kingdom expansion, breaking generational curses and replacing them with generational blessings. You are not just being called to receive, you are being called to build, to fund visions, to launch change, to become a walking miracle that others will point to and say, only God could have done that. And while the blessings are divine, the deadline is very real. Heaven has set the timer. The gates will not remain open indefinitely. The harvest is ripe, but the laborers are few. And those who delay out of doubt or fear will find themselves watching others rise, wondering what they missed. Don't let that be your story. Don't let hesitation rob you of a divine inheritance. God has extended his hand. He has confirmed the call. Now, he is waiting for your move. Will you rise? Will you answer? Or will you let this final chance pass by and become a what-if that haunts your future? The choice is yours, but the consequences are eternal. This is the moment where your faith must speak louder than your fear, where your belief must be greater than your comfort, where you stop surviving and start receiving. The countdown is almost over. The gate is closing, and the wealth you've been praying for, fasting for, crying for, is waiting on the other side. Say yes. Move now, and watch what heaven does when a chosen one finally steps into everything they were born to become. Your silence has been loud. Every tear you shed in private, every prayer you whispered with trembling hands, every moment you chose to believe in the dark, all of it was recorded. Not a single sacrifice has gone unnoticed. While others celebrated loud victories, yours were quiet. While they built platforms, you built altars. And now, heaven is preparing to reward you in full view of those who said you'd never make it. This isn't about revenge. It's about revelation. Your life is about to become a living message, a billboard of divine favor, a reminder that God still honors faithfulness. The very people who dismissed you will witness a transformation so profound that they won't be able to deny the hand of God on your life, not because you fought them, not because you proved them wrong, but because you let your obedience speak. And now God is responding, not in whispers, but in wonders. He is preparing a stage with your name on it, and not so you can boast, but so you can bless. So the world can see that the rejected stone has become the cornerstone. God is not just lifting you up, he's doing it in front of an audience. Because your journey has been watched, your character has been tested, and now your reward will be witnessed. Your enemies won't understand it. They'll try to explain it away, but they can't. Because divine elevation doesn't follow human rules. The first shall be last, and the last, the forgotten, the overlooked, the underestimated, shall be first. That's you, and it's time to step forward, not to be seen, but to be sent, not to flex, but to fulfill. You're not rising for applause. You're rising because heaven said it's time, and when heaven moves, nothing on earth can stop it. But don't mistake this for a shallow reward. What's coming is not about material things alone, it's about power. Divine wealth is not just money, it's influence, it's reach. It's the ability to shift entire environments just by showing up. You're not being blessed just so you can buy. You're being blessed so you can build. What's about to enter your life will not only transform your bank account, it will transform your identity, your purpose, your legacy. This is wealth with a mission. Wealth that heals, restores, empowers. God is trusting you with this level of abundance because He knows you won't hoard it. You'll multiply it. You'll use it to rescue the hurting, to feed the hungry, to ignite forgotten dreams in others. This is not money for the sake of more. This is kingdom wealth. And the reason so many people never receive this kind of wealth is because they chase the symbol, not the source. They want the fruit, but not the root. But you've been planted. You've endured the drought. You didn't dig yourself up when it got hard. You let the process break you, shape you, and humble you. And now the roots are deep. And because the roots are deep, the fruit will be limitless. This wealth won't just come, it will flow. It won't just elevate you, it will expand you. It will stretch your vision, magnify your reach, and open doors you didn't even know existed. But it's not coming randomly, it's coming because of alignment. You're not being blessed because you're lucky, you're being blessed because you're ready. And the reason you're ready is because you passed the test no one saw, the test that took place in the dark when you had every reason to quit. When it felt like God had gone silent, when your prayers echoed back empty, when your heart was heavy and your hands were tired, but still you believed, still you showed up, still you loved, still you gave. That was the test. God wanted to see if you would hold on without evidence, if you would trust without a sign, if you would walk by faith, not by sight. And you did. Maybe you didn't even know it at the time, but your survival was proof. Your endurance was proof. Your tears were proof. Every sleepless night, every silent battle, every step you took in obedience, even when it didn't make sense, was a declaration to heaven that you could be trusted. And now the test is over. The fire didn't destroy you, it refined you. The storm didn't drown you. It revealed what was anchored in your soul. You didn't just survive, you qualified. You proved that your heart was purer than your pain, that your faith was stronger than your fear, that your destiny was bigger than your delays. And heaven took notice. You were never being punished. You were being prepared. And now the season has shifted. The test is turning into treasure. The battle is turning into blessing. The crushing is turning into capacity. God is about to pour into you what He couldn't pour into anyone else, because only you endured the preparation required to carry it. So don't second-guess what's happening. Don't try to downplay your elevation. You earned this in the dark. You earned this when no one was clapping, when no one was watching, when it was just you and God and a broken heart full of faith. And now that heart is about to overflow with supernatural provision. Not just enough for you, but more than enough for everything and everyone assigned to your calling. You're about to walk into rooms you didn't apply for, receive opportunities you didn't chase, experience favor you didn't earn, because the God who saw you being faithful in lack has declared it's time for your overflow. Stay ready, stay open, stay aligned, because this is no longer the season of wondering. This is the season of witnessing the hand of God do the impossible through someone who was told they'd never be more than average. But average was never your portion. You were born to be chosen, and now you're about to walk in it. It's already happening, even if you can't see it yet. The shift is no longer something we wait for. It's in motion. Quietly, silently, yet powerfully, a divine rearrangement is sweeping across the earth. Look beneath the chaos, and you'll see it. While the world panics, while economies wobble and systems collapse, something sacred is rising. A movement invisible to the eye but undeniable to the spirit. The divine wealth transfer has begun, not with fanfare, not with headlines, but with sudden changes, with silent promotions, with unexplainable favor falling like rain on those who've remained hidden and humble. It's happening to the chosen, to those who never gave up, even when every door seemed to be locked, to those who prepared in silence, who watered their seeds with tears, who didn't chase the spotlight but stayed faithful in the shadows. Suddenly they're being called. Their names are being mentioned in rooms they've never stepped into. Their work is being recognized by people they never met. Inheritances are being released. Properties, positions, partnerships, all divinely orchestrated, all backed by heaven's seal. Some are receiving ideas so powerful, so ahead of their time, that when they speak them out loud, doors swing open without effort. Others are experiencing favor that breaks every rule, promotions with no resume, funding with no collateral, access with no explanation. It's not luck, it's not coincidence, it's the transfer, and God is behind it, moving wealth out of the hands of the selfish, the corrupt, the manipulative, and into the hands of those who will build, heal, restore, uplift, and transform. Into the hands of the chosen, into your hands, if you dare to believe. This isn't the season to look around, it's the season to look within. Because if you feel the tug, if your spirit is burning with recognition, then you've already been marked. Marked for acceleration, marked for overflow. But here's what few understand. The transfer doesn't wait for comfort. It doesn't come when things make sense. It comes suddenly, in the middle of the shaking. While others are distracted, the chosen are elevated, but only if they move. Only if they say yes while the door is open. The problem is, too many hesitate. Too many wait for perfect timing, for confirmation after confirmation, for everyone around them to understand. But chosen ones don't wait for applause. They respond to the whisper. And right now that whisper is getting louder. It's turning into a divine call to action. Because the window doesn't stay open forever. God extends an offer, but He doesn't force it. He lays the path, but you have to walk it. If you keep waiting for things to feel right, you'll miss what's already right in front of you. Heaven's wealth doesn't wait for hesitation. It flows toward movement, toward those who respond with faith, not fear. And too often, people forfeit their miracle because they don't recognize how urgent the opportunity is. They think it will come around again. They believe they have more time. But some doors are final. Some windows, once closed, do not open again. This is one of those moments, not because God is cruel, but because His timing is precise. What is opening for you right now is part of a divine blueprint, and every delay shifts you further from alignment. So don't miss it. Don't scroll past this and go back to life as usual. This is not usual. This is holy. If your spirit is resonating, if your heart is pounding, then the message is yours. You've already been chosen. But now you must choose back. Say yes before it disappears. Yes to stepping out even when you don't have the full plan. Yes to investing in your purpose even when it costs you comfort. Yes to preparation even when there's no guarantee yet. Because faith doesn't wait for signs. Faith creates them. And the moment you move in faith, the moment you respond, you give heaven permission to release what's already been prepared for you. You don't need to know how it will all unfold. You just need to know who's calling you. And if you know it's God, if you know this is more than just a message, then you already have all the confirmation you need. Say yes. Don't wait. Don't stall. Don't second-guess yourself into delay. Say yes now, and watch how fast heaven accelerates everything in your life. Watch how what once took years begins to manifest in days. Watch how doors you couldn't even knock on before swing open without effort. Watch how favor finds you, how wealth chases you, how destiny overtakes you. Not because you had it all figured out, but because you trusted God enough to say yes before the door closed. This is the turning point for your family, for your bloodline, for your legacy. When your children look back, they will mark this moment as the day everything began to shift. And all because you responded. Because you moved, because you didn't let fear keep you out of your own promise. This is more than a message. This is the final invitation, the final chance, the final push into purpose. Say yes, not with your lips, but with your life. Show the heavens that you are ready, that you will not squander the opportunity, that you are not one of the many who hear, but the few who act. The wealth has already been released. The angels have already been assigned. The stage is already being set. And the only thing left is your yes. Don't wait. The clock is ticking. And what's on the other side of your obedience will not just bless you. It will rewrite history. Everything in your life has been building toward this. Every moment of pain, every setback, every unanswered prayer, every delay that felt like denial. It was all leading here. Nothing was wasted. Not a single tear, not a single disappointment, not a single closed door. Because what you didn't know then is what heaven has known all along, that the story was never about your defeat. It was about your development. You were not being punished. You were being positioned. And now, that positioning is about to make sense. You're about to see how every detour was direction, how every heartbreak was preparation, how every no was making room for a divine yes that changes everything. The world tried to name you by your struggle, but God never changed your identity. Through the fire, through the storms, through the seasons where you doubted yourself, He still called you chosen. Even when you forgot who you were, heaven never did. And now that identity is being reactivated. The version of you that was born for greatness is awakening. Not the one weighed down by fear, not the one molded by scarcity, not the one shaped by rejection, but the one who was fearfully and wonderfully made, the one who was destined to rise. You're not too late. You're not too far gone. You're not disqualified. In fact, you are right on time. Because what's coming now could not have come before. You had to go through the fire to be ready for the fullness of what's next. This is more than elevation, it's transformation. You're not just stepping into a blessing, you're stepping into a new identity, one marked by clarity, by authority, by divine power. You're not meant to blend in anymore. You're meant to stand out. The old you was humble and hidden, but the new you walks boldly, confidently, fully aligned with the heaven-backed mission over your life. You're not here to survive. You're here to shift atmospheres. You're here to speak life into dead places, to walk into dry seasons and call forth rivers, to take up space unapologetically, because God has sent you as a solution to a problem the world didn't even know it had. That is why this moment matters so much, because the final version of you is not one that bows to fear or doubt. It's the version that embraces the call, that says yes without needing every answer, that moves forward even when the path is still being drawn, that understands faith is not about having a map, it's about trusting the guide, and your guide has never failed. He has never left you, never forsaken you, never abandoned the promise. Even when you gave up, He didn't. Even when you walked away, He waited. And now, as you step forward, you're not stepping alone. Heaven is walking with you. Angels are assigned to you. Favor surrounds you like a shield. The wind of God is behind you. And your yes is unlocking blessings generations before you only dreamed of. This is not fantasy. This is not hype. This is prophecy, and it's being fulfilled through you. The time of wondering, doubting, second-guessing is over. This is the time to move, because everything is in position. The provision, the people, the platform, the resources, the strategy. It's all aligning, waiting for your obedience to activate it. And the moment you say yes, the moment you decide to walk in full agreement with who God says you are, the heavens will respond like a tidal wave. What once felt stuck will suddenly move. What once seemed impossible will become natural. You won't have to chase. You won't have to strive. You will simply receive, because you finally became the person who could carry the weight of the promise. And that promise is billions, but not just in dollars, in lives impacted, in souls reached, in opportunities released, in legacy built. The money is only the beginning. The real treasure is the power, the influence, the authority to change the world through love, wisdom, truth, and purpose. This is what happens when a chosen one says yes. The entire world shifts. And make no mistake, you were born for this. Every part of you, your mind, your hands, your story, your anointing, all custom designed for a mission that only you can fulfill. That's why the enemy fought you so hard, because he knew that if you ever realized who you really are, nothing could stop you. And now, you know. Now, the veil has been lifted. The lie that you're average, ordinary, replaceable, it's broken. You are none of those things. You are extraordinary. You are essential. You are chosen. And everything heaven has, everything it's been storing, saving, and securing for you, it's being released right now. Billions in blessings, billions in wisdom, billions in responsibility and impact. Not because you begged for it, but because you were built for it. And now that the time has come, nothing will be held back. The heavens are not just opening, they are pouring. The oil is flowing. The favor is unstoppable, and the future has your name written all over it. So what do you do now? You walk, you rise, you speak. You act like the chosen one you were always meant to be. You stop asking if you're worthy and start living like you've already been called, because you have. You stop waiting for validation and start moving in revelation, because you've received it. And you stop measuring your life by what's in your account and start measuring it by what's in your assignment, because your assignment is the gateway to overflow. That's the secret. It's never been about chasing money. It's always been about chasing God's voice. And when you follow that voice, when you say yes to that divine instruction, the wealth follows you. It chases you. It overtakes you. You're not just walking into financial increase. You're walking into history, into legacy, into the kind of impact that echoes long after you're gone. And it all begins with this moment. This final offer. You are not one of the many who missed it. You are one of the few who heard, believed, and responded. And because of that, everything is about to change. Not just for you, but for everyone connected to you. You are the beginning of a new era. You are the proof that God still chooses the unlikely, that He still exalts the humble, that He still rewards the faithful. Welcome to your rise. Welcome to your reign. Welcome to the moment that heaven waited your whole life to release. This is it. Don't look back. Don't hesitate. The final chance has arrived, and you are ready.